Welcome back to part number 9 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Rome. The year is 510. The warm period is winding down or about finished. The vote came in for the Wheel of Progress mod, and it was 3-3, so I loaded the mod up and checked the status of it. I had not really investigated it very thoroughly. I like the idea of it, but I don't really like the idea of it completely eliminating the ahead of time malice and then giving me 100% bonus for behind the time. So this complete martial sequence here will end in essentially 3 years or thereabouts, leading to I mean, the wheels would come off the tech, but the wheels would become hover jets, and we'd be flying around in hover cars before very long past. So I think as the vote is 3-3, we're just going to skip the mod this time, maybe use it in some future date or something. Or maybe I can figure out how to get the malice to where it's straight at 0. Don't hold your breath on that. I have no idea how to do it. I reloaded the save without the mod, and we have an ahead of time malice of 63, and the completion date is 5/19, so that's 9 instead of 3 years. I wish there were it's of course a dead game, and what could have been is not, but it would have been nice to have a slider for the ahead of time or whatnot malice, so you could adjust it as per your liking. Who knows? Maybe the game gets resurrected. It won't be, though. Anyway, we need to find out a plan here. The plan was to evacuate our legions from here and move up here, release this as a client state, and then take Dindaria and Cotina. Or this lot here. They don't buy many of our goods. In fact, in between episodes, I checked the status of our supersized commercial income and the source thereof, and it looks as though most of the money here comes from Gaul. If we go down here, there's some over to the Dacian area, but most of these highlighted areas here are popping over in Gaul, etc. here to the west. The most lucrative ones, in fact, are dyes and glass, spices and such that we acquired from the east. So I think maybe if we head east and leave these guys alone, at some point we'll have to protect them from Carthage, but Carthage really hasn't gone too terribly far. I was going to try to trigger these guys, but they buy a lot of our stuff, so maybe if I integrate Antipolis, I can manage the loyalty perhaps better than he can, and then we'll be adjacent to ever more of these guys. I think that's the plan. We'll just leave Gaul be until like the very end of the game. Maybe try to establish some connectivity to these nations up here by proceeding up in this direction. I don't really know, but I don't want to mess with Gaul, as it can be essentially conquered in a decade or thereabouts once you have the Marian reforms in place. That leaves me wondering exactly where to go. We have this ongoing war here that the war score is ticking up slowly but surely, and he's much closer to being agreeable to surrender this area than he was previously. Along those lines, I think we're going to stay closer to this area than previously, and I think that we can go up here and attack Blythnia and company. We have no casus belli there, but we do have casus belli elsewhere. Blythnia, Pontica, Simanos there, Mariandina, and the small city-state Caconia. We have no claim here necessarily because it's inland. I've been filing I have one in Blythnia. I have another going up. I have this is an Egyptian feudatory. I have a claim in works there. Quite some ways along there. Let's see here. Another feudatory. So by the time this war finishes, all these various claims will be done. And we'll be able to piece out for not an egregious amount of aggressive expansion, just a fair chunk of it. This one is going to cost us the most, I think, because we'll have no claims. And I plan to take it as it's Hellenic, generally speaking, or sort of Hellenic. And there's a great many cities in that area, or thereabouts. We can move the pops about from one like non-Hellenic area to this Hellenic city. If we take the entirety of the area, like this area is Cybele, we could move those pops out into these cities and place theaters and temples with our supersized income and probably maintain a semblance of loyalty, even completely disconnected from any Roman pops that might be brought there. I think that's a reasonable plan. It depends. Well, no, it doesn't depend, because we have a very large legion. A group here is a 47 proper. I need to hire or bring forth another, perhaps. Let's see. We'll grab another heavy infantry there. Why not do it? Yeah, that's got to be the plan. We have that large. We have this Merc stack here, which we're going to redeploy over here, and he can serve as backup should this go afoul or awry. The Seleucid Revolt, it gets us closer to the inland portion here of the Seleucid Revolt. If we were to declare war here, we could access the Seleucids and drive them ever further into a war score deficit, enticing them to surrender this coastal area with our glorious temple that we're after. This will also, if we take this area proper, put us within claims distance of Scythia, and we could seek to claim this Hellenic area here and liberate the cities, which are surely now filled with all variety of tribals and such, or they're not quite as yet completely tribalized, but they're surely getting there, and they're probably on their way to being Hepatic as well. We need to head that off before it goes too far, and there's a lot of various goods about here as well that we can sell to the Gauls over here. That's the plan. Those claims just hit, and I think I can file a new round. I was on my way up past this area here, decided to check on the status of our war here, and it looks as though we can claim that area and be done with this war. Let's have it. And I cannot do it. Whoops. We have arrived here. Let's see if we can declare this war and see if it's still actionable with the same combatants. It looks like it is. We'll do it. Going with 6 siege engineers in the forward location, and then this backup here, should this unit be engaged, this unit theoretically can go and join the fight. I think that should get us sieging down these forts quicker than not. Okay, so this pop-up just came up. It looks as though the oligarchs want to institute desired freeman ratio in the cities, which it's not bad, really. We're at 200%. We have no cultures integrated at all. So our research rate is no problem at all. So the more freemen, the merrier, really. I think this is a very good idea, as most of our new cities are going to be non-Roman, which means that the pops won't be able to progress up beyond a freeman. So there'll be a supersized batch of freemen, and the more freemen there, the merrier, and we can build freeman happiness buildings in any of these given cities, such as like this. If we were to build a forum there, these freemen would be happier, and there would be even more of them. So I don't see any downside to it, really. Our research is topped out. Our optimates are happy. Why not do it? Why not do it? We'll not have to change it later. The war is progressing. We have essentially topped out all of the cities that can be, the pops that can be placed in the cities. Any given city here, urban center, you'll find that the pops are such that they're very near the maximum value. So I think we need to build aqueducts in if we want to continue to increase the size of our legion in Italia, as well as take care of these excess pops that just sort of mull about. I think I'll do that. And maybe there are better ways to do it than spending 109 per city to do the exact. We can get the population capacity throughout in various means. We already have, I see. This white piece imminent just came up for 1,000 days. It looks as though this time this is actionable. For 3 aggressive expansion, we'll take the Temple of Artemis. And we've done it. We should have a positive stability tick now. With our glorious new positive stability tick that should arrive any moment. There's a law. I'd like to build various theaters here, specifically to culturally assimilate these pops. But I don't have quite enough money. I do, but not enough if we continue to expand. So we can get an export value of 25% here, but we'll have to take a hit to our stability. Let's do it. So what's our commercial income? 63.65 goes to 84. So we made about 21 more gold than we had. Good for us. Looks as though we can sue for peace with Chios and do exactly that. Looks like we can sue for peace here in Heraclea Pontica. I see. Yeah, there that is again. This one's a whopper. I'm gonna use, we're gonna do away with that prisoner. It's a bug. I did away with that prisoner with the console. I left the console open as we're about to peace out here. We may end up with more prisoners. This AE here is less problematic or less painful than I would have imagined. We're only getting 14, so let's do it. And there's more now. 53,85831. 53,851. 53,831. Boom. Okay, so we have finished this war. These areas are intensely loyal, mostly due to Hellenism and our 100% loyal governor. This opens up the ability to file inland claims here against Tion. Let's Let's take care of this business first. I want to start this integration here. That'll finish 543, which is quite some time, really. There are things that can speed it up, but there's no need. Let's see, we can file a claim here for 108 and then follow up later. This puts us in diplomatic range of Scythia, and we can file some inland claims here, which I think I've already done. I have, yeah. So we can file a claim here as on Scythia for Taurica. We can also, I believe, file against Armenia. I'll take that. Who is this? Cold cheese there. Let's see who they're affiliated with. No one. They're in the middle of a revolt, though, so how about you? What's a claim is 19. And, well, we'll leave that be. Best laid plans, leave that be, and then never get around to it. We'll have the claim in works, because this thing can cause some sort of connectivity issues where the army is here, you want to deal with it, but you find you don't have a claim. We have the half-price claim law, so I may as well make use of it. Now the question is what to do now. We have to wait for these claims to hit, and I think there are quite a few of them that are going to be needed. There's a few here as well. I suppose we could, let's see, Armenia, and we want to get a claim going. I see there's not many available. We'll not worry about that. So I think everything that can be claimed has been, at least that we're interested in claiming. I'm going to get on this boat and head up here to perhaps war with Dindaria, Tilitania, Tribilia, and Potlatansia. I think Saldencia as well. We can get this whole lot here without claims if we release this as a client state. All we need to do is get Roman pops to the capital, which is here, and then make it Roman Hellenic. I plan to do that before engaging these guys, and then I think we can annex this whole lot and Cotinia as well. These guys, they don't do business with us much, so there's no loss. At some point we can annex or integrate the client state and perhaps move these tribals, if our client state doesn't build cities, down into this numerous urbanized area here, much the same as I did in Italia. There's not really all that many pops per se. Anyway, it's something to do, and that's the plan here. That's where we're going to go. It's easily actionable to follow up on that something to do bit. Thrace, I suppose we could attack him. He's quite large. He has numerous various client states, allies, etc. Egypt, as you'll note, is exceptionally large as well. And then there's Carthage. At some point we're going to want to finish out our mission here. I wonder if we could threaten this guy. We could threaten him with just this territory here, and then maybe he'd give it up, or maybe he would. We'd want to be in a position where we could back up our threat, as he has a very large defensive league here, and we don't want them. We want them to buy our stuff. So at some point we'll finish out our mission here. Just this one territory is all that's stopping us, and then maybe the Carthage mission pops up. And in theory, if we're advanced enough in technology to where we have happiness things and other provincial loyalties available, we could perhaps, I think there's something in the Carthage mission for warring by spear, and we could just take the whole lot in one war, maybe. Alright, in advance of that plan, I started building some theaters here for assimilation, so that when these theoretical pops do move down to these cities, There'll be more Romans there than not, and they'll maintain loyalty and assimilate faster. To that end, let's move it out. This area is Romanized. It should be both Roman culture and Hellenic religion. So if I were to release this province, which is named Dindaria, it would create a Roman Hellenic client state. There it is. That's the one, and we can release Dindaria immediately. And that should now show as Hellenic Roman. Okay, so we have arrived here. I have 1 merc and our 3 legions. I note that I have quite a few claims from the Roman claims on the region of Macedon here. So going forward in this war, I think I plan to take all these territories in Macedon for ourselves, and then maybe move the pops down into these urban centers, and then anything inland that we don't have the claims on, Dindaria, Triballia, Potlutanicia, and Saldincia, we'll annex with our new client state. What is the story with this guy? No claim. No claim. It's affiliated with this guy. No claim there either. We'd want to fix that. Let's do that. See if we can get a claim there. And I think since we're taking this Tilitanian area with our claims of Macedon, I think we can have this client state take a Cotinia as well. He's not affiliated with anyone. He probably doesn't buy much stuff. His capital area is nice for extra trade routes, but I doubt he has any cities of means. He has none, in fact. So he'll not buy any stuff from these various provinces. So he's of little use to us other than feeding our client state some territories that he can Hellenize for us going forward. There's also this this territory here. Let's see if we have a claim. We do. We need to sort of shore that up at some point as well. With all that having been said, I think I'll place these guys in between episodes and we'll get right back to it. I hope to see you next time.